Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we will be doing the detailed camera review of the Poco F5. So Poco F5 is the latest smartphone under the F series. The last year we saw Poco F4 with pretty good camera setup. So let's see how good the camera experience is on the Poco F5. The Poco F5 comes with a 64 megapixel triple camera and a 16 megapixel selfie camera. So let's see how the camera performance is in different light conditions. So before getting into the video, if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that red subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So let's first have a look at the camera hardware. The phone comes with a 64 megapixel omnivision sensor with f1.8 aperture and optically made stabilization is included. The secondary camera is an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens with f2.2 aperture. The third camera is a 2 megapixel macro sensor. The selfie camera is a 16 megapixel f2.4 aperture camera. So let's move to the camera samples. First step, the daylight captures. In terms of daylight, the 64 megapixel sensor does a good job in bringing details and sharpness levels. The colors are quite good and there is no saturation issues, and it is kept to more or less natural colors. The sharpness levels are quite good, and this is evident when you pixel peer. The dynamic range is decent but can be better. At times it doesn't do a great job with shadows, and they are not really highlighted. The white balance also could have been better. It is not very consistent. But if you want just images for social sharing, most people will not have any issues with the camera on the Poco F5. Overall, the daylight captures are good, but the camera can be improved for sure with better HDR processing. The 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera does a good job in maintaining colors, and they are similar to the primary camera. The colors are pretty much natural and sharpness levels are acceptable, although not as good as the primary camera, which is more or less evident. The white balance and processing is quite similar to the primary camera, and this can be a tad better. Moving on to the close-up shots, the phone comes with pretty good imaging capabilities and colors are once again natural too. The sharpness levels are quite good, and it does a good job here. The 2 megapixel macro sensor, which is a fixed focus sensor, and the results are pretty much average. The sharpness levels are not so great, and the overall clarity is kind of average. Now moving on to the portraits, the Poco F5 gets you good portrait shots, and one of the good things about Poco devices is that they don't add unnecessary beauty mode, and hence skin tones are quite natural and brings in good details too. The edge detection is also good. Overall portraits are come good. There are also various filters available for portraits which you can toggle from the settings. Next step, the low light captures. In indoor lights with adequate artificial light, the phone does a good job, and you can see that it has good sharpness levels and details too. When light drops further, it is better to turn on the night mode, and here you can see the images of good details, sharpness levels and colors are also good. The noise levels are literally invisible, and Poco has done a good job here. The good thing about the night mode is it doesn't make the images bright and blown out with details. Instead, it has a good control over the highlights and also the shadows. Finally, the selfie camera. The 16 megapixel shooter does a good job with selfies. The skin tones are natural, and you can turn on the beauty mode as well. The sharpness levels and the dynamic range is also quite good. Poco does add a warmer tone to the face tones. Since selfies are more of a personal choice, you can judge based on the images. The indoor selfies are a bit too whitish in nature at times. The phone also has portrait mode for selfies, and the background blur is a bit too harsh at f2.0 aperture, and you get a bit of artificial look. The edge detection is quite good though. Let's move on to the video recording. The phone can record 4K at 30 fps and quality is quite good. The sharpness levels are impressive and details are also good. The stabilization is optical image stabilization with electronic image stabilization. But once again, the white balance is slight issue here. The phone also supports 1080p at 60 fps, and once again the video quality is similar to the 4K video. Here also the stabilization is offered. The 1080p at 30 fps supports stabilization, and once again the clarity is quite good. The stabilization is quite acceptable, and so are the colors. The sharpness levels are also acceptable, and the overall quality is smooth with decent colors, but there is definitely scope for improvement in terms of white balance. The phone also comes with 1080p video for ultra wide angle lens, and once again it has stabilization. While the quality is not as good as the primary camera for obvious reasons, it does a decent job overall. So this is the front facing camera sample taken with the POCO F5. It can record videos in 1080p resolution at 60 fps. So this is the 60 fps footage taken with the POCO F5. So this is the 30 fps 1080p 30 fps video taken using the POCO F5. So you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is and also the audio output from the video. So that is a detailed camera review of the POCO F5. So summing up, how good is the camera? With good daylight captures, decent ultrawide, good portraits and night mode, the camera does decently well, but still needs a bit more fine tuning, especially for HDR and also a bit of white balance. If you are on the lookout for a phone with excellent performance and decent set of cameras which won't disappoint you, then look no further. The POCO F5 is a good option right now. So that was the camera review of the POCO F5. What do you guys think about the camera on the POCO F5? Do let us know your thoughts in the comment section. This is Nirmal signing off with the camera review of the POCO F5. Do hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button for more videos. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.